Well, what I thought was going to be a pretty short and easy project, well, it's turned into a career now, apparently. But we'll keep on pushing on. Hey guys, welcome back to Alberta RC Street Laws. We are in episode... Jeez, I don't even know what episode we are anymore. 1 second, let's find out. Episode 4 of the King of the F450s. As you can see, she's sitting here and behind me. Got a little bit work done to it. Doesn't look like much, but I probably got about 100 hours into CAD work. So let's get her on the bench and take a look at what we got into so far. Alright, as you can see, she's getting pretty big. Not fit on the bench very well, so let's get the body off. So, what we have done now is we got the shocks completely removed. They are too long for the ride height I'm looking for, so we got those off. We got the shock mounts off. We got the sway bar mounts taken off for now. They'll definitely be getting put back on because this thing is very topsy-tipsy when you're driving. I got dual 11.1 volt 7600 kV batteries for running the 8SCSC 6400 kV motor. We're going to be putting gyro in it as well because yeah, they'll help with stability when you're driving, because when you're correcting every so slightly, then all of a sudden it turns into a death wobble. We don't want that. But the major work that we got done, we finalized the battery holsters, that's on, and now we're working on the rear section. Got about 100 hours into CAD design on the spoiler to help with some downforce, and eventually I wanted to help with actually slowing down the car too. And we started mocking up the lower pan. You just using just poster paper for now, and then I'll move over to PCB board. Harley Designs, I got into contact with him over on Instagram, and he told me it was pretty good starting material to use for that, so that's what I'm doing. And for now, kind of got a Ben Soper inspired GT wing going on. Don't know if you can see very good because of the light, but that's okay. We'll move over to my CAD video and then I can explain more from there. But with the spoiler, what the plan is to actually be able to have it pivot with 2 servos. But right now it's locked down with screws. But what the plan is have it hooked up with a Y harness to my throttle. So the faster I go, the spoiler will actually go straight. So you're basically getting zero downforce. You're just getting straight air going through it. And when I let go of the throttle, it will slowly go down to probably 60-70 degrees and catch the wind and help slow it down. So it's a theory. I'll see if it works in actuality, but we won't know nothing until I finish getting over the designs for the servo mounts and actually going out and testing it. But right now we got 2 feet of snow on the ground, so I don't think this thing is going to be going anywhere now till spring. Well, let's switch over to CAD and I'll show you exactly what's going on. Alright, now that we're into Fusion 360 here, just gotta turn around and get all these, everything turned on. Right now everything's turned off on Fusion, so then you'll get the full picture of what's going on. Apparently my video didn't record my voice when I was doing the video here, so I'm gonna do my best of doing a what you call it, video overlay or voice overlay anyways. So as you can see here, we're getting the frame rails all designed. Would have been a heck of a lot easier if I was able to use a 3D scanner, but at this point I don't have one. But you can get the gist of what's going on here. I got the floor pan designed. Front half will have to get changed up a little bit, but I'll get that done out of poster paper and then get the body fitted and figure out if I need to make any adjustments for the wheels and stuff like that. The battery trays, they're going to be also a secondary mounting point for the bottom of the chassis for the pan. Started designing up a little bit of the aero for after the battery. I need to figure out a front side piece and a piece for the front of the battery tray for where the air is gonna go away from underneath the chassis. So we don't want any air going through there. We want all the downforce we can and keep the bottom of that pan suctioned to the ground, especially when we're trying to get to 100 miles an hour. And the back here, you can see I got a whole bunch of mounting points for the wing and wing mounts, so it should help with any kind of body twist that we have, because the chassis is pretty bad as is. But as you can see there's a whole bunch of screw down points, so they'll help out. And then hopefully it's strong enough that the wind ain't going to just rip it off. 4mm chassis, or 4mm plates is what I'm using for the spoiler mounts. 3mm for the spoiler and 3 for the side pieces. But yeah, just going over a quick little view of what the design looks like anyways. And somewhere in there we're gonna have the servo mounts rigged up so we can have actuating aero for the truck. And yeah, so that's pretty much the gist of it so far. I still got to make some mounting brackets for the front and do some kind of front bumper design to help with the moving the wind around the sides and the top of the hood, along with doing like a tonneau cover for that. But for design, I'm wondering if the transmission's probably going to explode with the amount of RPM that's going through it. So we have a Arma felony center spool ordered. I might actually go ahead and just design that right into the floor pan, so when and if the transmission does explode, we can quickly just drop in the spool and the motor mount, and it'll be an easy swap and not have to go back and redesign anything to make it work. Yeah, that's the quick rundown of what I have done and what the future plans for the truck is. Sorry, I know it's kind of bland. I'm still getting over being all camera shy on the doing videos here. I'm not kind of out of my element doing these videos, but I enjoy making them, and hopefully you guys can get inspiration or any ideas from them. But yeah, last time we were out, we seemed to be breaking drive shafts like crazy. Or sorry, not drive shafts, axle shafts, and same with housings. So I can't remember, I have to go back to the other episode, but I ended up swapping out steering shaft in the front and an axle shaft in the back that got bent. So I went ahead and ordered a bunch of parts off A-Main back here. I'll show you. Lots and lots of replacement parts. So since I know axle shafts is a problem, I went ahead and ordered a whole bunch of them. What I got for the rear? I got 1, 2, 3, 4 axle shafts for the back, and a whole bunch for the front too. I think I got 3 or 4 as well for the front, because it seems like every time it rolls over, and when it rolls it rolls for quite a long ways. We're bending and breaking parts. So yeah, I got a whole bunch of fronts, and I got 3 or 4 axle housings as well, because those seem to break. And the nice part is the front and rear are exactly the same for the main housing, so you just got to replace the C-knuckles if something does break. Yeah, here's another one. And then I don't have it here in view, but I got a whole bunch of shocks, but I won't be using those anymore anyways, because the ride height's too tall and I want everything as low to the ground as possible. So I have an old Tamiya TT01 or 02 sitting in the garage, so I pulled the shocks off of that and they're half the length. So what I think I'm going to do is actually go ahead and get some aftermarket to me touring car shocks and actually use them for this, and you get a whole bunch of different spring rates and for it, so we can tune the suspension as much as we need it, and it'll keep the center of gravity super low, especially the batteries on the side, so it'll be nice. It won't be so top heavy anymore, and hopefully with the wing, like I was saying earlier, we'll get a lot more stability out of it and actually use it for help braking. For electronics, we already went over the motor and the SC. I'm actually using my M17 Samuel radio from my drag cars, and I ordered a aerial receiver for planes, so I should be able to get a lot more range out of the car, because it seems like right now, even when I switched over to my Traxxas, because it has the stability built into it, I'm only getting maybe 200 feet out of it, maybe a little bit more, and then I lose reception, and then the truck just goes wherever it wants to go. And yeah, I'd rather not break parts from losing reception and actually break something from doing something fun anyways. Figured I'd give you guys an update because I know it's been a while and getting messages wondering if the project was dead, but I promise you this project is definitely not dead, and I ain't going to stop until I can get to the 100-mile-an-hour mark or get real close to it. Worst case, we get a real good video of this thing obliterated into a million pieces on the side of the highway. I don't want to see that, but make for good content anyways. But the guys watching and following, I hope you're enjoying the videos, and hopefully we'll see Chrawlers and Customs get another video out for his truck. I know he's been pretty busy, but his is looking pretty killer as well. I'm pretty stoked for his build. But yeah, guys, have a good one, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.